She loved me when I was broken. My name is David Anderson, and I once believed success defined me. At 32, I had it all: a six-figure tech job, a luxury condo in the city, and an engagement ring on Claire's finger. We were weeks away from our wedding when everything fell apart. It started with one bad investment. A startup I vouched for collapsed overnight, dragging my reputation with it. Investors pulled out. My company fired me. I became the guy no one wanted to hire. Tainted goods. Then came the hardest blow. I can't build a life with someone who's lost his future, Claire said before walking out. In 1 month, I lost my job, my home, and the woman I thought I'd grow old with. Pride kept me from asking for help. I slept in my car, skipped meals, and lied to friends about working remotely, but you can only pretend for so long before life corners you. I was down to my last few dollars when I remembered her, Lily Bennett. We hadn't spoken in years, not since college, but she was once my best friend, the girl who knew my favorite cereal and made up silly songs when I was sad. I didn't think she'd answer when I knocked on her door. But she did. And she hugged me like no time had passed. "You look like hell," she whispered. "Come inside." She lived in a small cottage on the edge of town, quiet and warm like her. She didn't ask for details. She just gave me her couch, a blanket, and a home-cooked meal I hadn't tasted in weeks. I wanted to cry, but I didn't. I just said, "Thank you." "Don't thank me," she said. "You do the same." I stayed for a few days, then a few weeks. She let me help with repairs around the house and made me coffee while I hunted for jobs. We'd sit in the kitchen, laughing about our old high school days. Slowly, my shame faded. Her quiet presence made it easier to breathe. She never treated me like I was broken. She just treated me like I mattered. I started freelancing again. Small gigs, then bigger ones. The light returned to my eyes, and she was there, every moment, every step, clapping the loudest when I landed a full-time job. One night, I walked past her room and heard her talking to her sister on the phone. I froze when I heard my name. Of course, I still love him, Em. I always have, since we were kids, but he doesn't see me like that, and that's okay. He needed someone to believe in him, not someone to confess love. That's enough for me. I stood there, stunned, feeling the weight of every moment I had taken her for granted. I realized she had been the constant in my chaos, the light in my darkest hours, and I had been blind. The next day, I asked her to meet me at the old park, the one where we used to race bikes and tell stories under the stars. She showed up in a blue dress, looking unsure. I began. "You saw me when I couldn't see myself. You stood by me when I had nothing. Why, Lily?" She smiled sadly. "Because I loved you, and love doesn't wait for perfection." I took her hands. I was too broken to see it before, but now I know. It's you. It's always been you. Tears welled in her eyes. "You're sure?" Lily said. I replied, "I've never been more sure of anything." That night, I kissed the woman who saved me, not with grand gestures or romantic words, but with quiet faith and steady love. She loved me when I was broken, and now I get to love her for the rest of my life as a whole man because of her. Months later, I proposed to Lily, the love of my life, and she said yes to my proposal. The joy of our love continues. Sometimes, the one who picks up your broken pieces is the one who's been holding your heart all along. Broken hearts, healing love, true connection. Subscribe for more stories that stay with you. Thank you.